She's got to lay off the pills, booze, whatever. I think she's been hanging out with Auntie Nancy Pelosi, your friend over there on the other side of the aisle, because every time they get in front of the camera lately, it's this rambling, slurred speech. And I'm like, lay off the Xanax and the Chardonnays by 11 a.m., ladies. Just knock it off, okay? I know life's rough. You didn't win. You wasted almost $2 billion, Tim, and you're $20 million in debt. But that doesn't mean you should hit the bottle and the pill vial. What do you make of all this? That our staffers are now thrown under the bus, saying we wasted money, we never had internal polling that showed we were winning, which means they lied to their donors and the American people. Well, real leaders take the fall. I mean, they take responsibility. They clearly were, it was amateur hour, and the far left extremism came out, and America just didn't embrace it at all, or we'd be talking about President-elect Kamala Harris instead of Donald J. Trump right now. Don't you say that. Let's talk about Trump's transition team and the move I just talked about in your intro. Not using the general services offices that every president since that office was created has used for a transition. He's going private. He's keeping the bureaucrats out of it. I think it's an amazing and a very intelligent move. Your thoughts? 100%. He doesn't want the stench of the Washington sewer on him, and I don't blame him. All he's going to have is a bunch of rats that are going to be leaking everything he's got. That's why they're so upset. They're pitching a fit. You know, they're going after, you know, he sat beside me in second grade and he stole my Girl Scout cookies or something. You know, that's what they're doing to these people. And it shows. They're desperate. America does not want what they were selling, and it was in overwhelming numbers, and more so now. I mean, you know, even with the tariffs, you see the president of Mexico, what's she doing? She's putting out in her speeches that we're going to stop what's going on at the border. We're going to work on eliminating fentanyl. You know, all this stuff. But what do you see in CNN and the rest of the mouthpiece of the Democrat National Committee? They're saying, "Oh, this is the worst thing that's ever happened." No, we just lived through the worst thing that ever happened. Harris Camp, MSNBC just admitted that Kamala Harris's campaign gave Al Sharpton's nonprofit $500,000, two different donations of $250, before that softball question interview they threw at Kamala during the campaign. I love throwing shade at MSNBC since Comcast has them on the chopping block, since they're talking about selling it, since they're talking about laying off people like Joy Reid, that racist liar, and Rachel Mad Cow disease. So I just thought I'd get your thoughts on how the mainstream media, once again, tried to rig this election, but it didn't work. Well, I'm surprised Reverend Al went so cheap. He's usually, his price is usually a little higher, but you know, I wouldn't walk across the street to see him. As a matter of fact, I saw him up there one day. Me and Matt Gaetz and myself were walking out, and he was embracing three members of the tribe, so to speak, out in front of the Capitol building. Mm-hmm. And you know, this guy's a charlatan, in my opinion. You know, you can still have an opinion in this country. Yep, and on this show, by all means. He's a snake oil salesman. I'll say it. I don't like people that wrap themselves up in the Bible and the Scripture and then don't live it. I mean, I'm a Christian. I'm just forgiven, but I'm not claiming to be a reverend. And I just get disgusted with them. And MSNBC, they're going down. Everybody knows it. Yep. And they just trying to hang on to this far left fringe. And maybe, you know, it could be one of those insider deals where they're trying to drive their price down, and then somebody will swoop in and buy it, and then they'll fire all these clowns and hire somebody good like yourself, and then their numbers will go back up. So who knows? Maybe it's an insider trading deal. I don't know. Thanks, Tim. I appreciate that.